pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll try the right side. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Cardinals will have it 1st and 10. Running it to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
Looking to throw, it's Shuck. Gets it out quickly. Headed to the end zone. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Cardinals have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Louisville!
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He gets a block. Got a little room. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Green Wave. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking that in the end zone, making a huge play.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On 3rd down, going up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Brooks. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. Dropping back, it's Shuck. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had him out there, and he was trying to compensate for that speed, but just a little too much distance.
That's just greased lightning, so you think, I can't overthrow this guy. I'm going to throw it out there and let him run underneath it just a little bit too far for the speedster.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. The Cardinals want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brooks. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. He's going to pass. Makes the grab over the middle. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Bell. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3-spot before the break. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Leaves it with the back. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. And the Cardinals will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of...
Got a lot of running room. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it first and 10 now inside the 50. They'll give it to him again. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up second and 9. Tulane right back to the line. He's back to throw on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He wants to throw it. Fires to the tight end. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. On second down, wants to throw. He's got it. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tulane. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Turner. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Here's the handoff. Got room at the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking for space. It's Turner. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Looking for a man. It's Shuck. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The Cardinals with the 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Right back to him on the ground. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Williams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They'll run it from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Tulane right back to the line. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And down he goes back at the 3. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really.
Going up top, And that is interception number 3 on the day. Bringing it back. The 30. And a super return as he takes it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step... It's football time in Tennessee. Those words have long been associated with running through the tee, the glory of the checkerboard end zone, and the Big Orange ready to do battle. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Huskers will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out. It's Selden. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. offense getting set for first down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The give to the left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking for room. It's Sampson. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. And the Vols want to crank the tempo. They'll try to run for it. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Timeout, Tennessee. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes the grab well past the sticks. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. Fires to the big fella. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Right back to the well. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jumpers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
They go to the ground. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. The Cornhuskers want to pick up the tempo with the run on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nebraska! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Selden. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Running back searching for a hole. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Iamaleava. Finds his man down the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big...
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position. And this guy for Tennessee, he has a chance to be the next great one.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. That last completion has them set up 2nd and short.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He lofts one high and deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Wide out in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds his tight end. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete, and we've wrapped up 1 quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Takes the handoff. It's Sampson. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Throws for the tight end. It's caught downfield. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say, mission accomplished. That's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
They're going to ride this running back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football.
And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
The Huskers headed quickly to the line. Might as well give it to him again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense lining up quickly. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. When you're called Corn Huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him in stride inside the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. They'll run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Husker! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And he made the extra point without problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Selden. And the ball's free deep in his own territory. Recovered by the kicking team.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
The give to the lone running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. The throw toward the right sideline falls to the ground.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Complete to the right. Running toward the tape. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown ball. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Guess that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll try it over the left side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Cornhuskers in the hurry up. they'll go right back to him. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
What great protection, and he lets it go down the middle. The spin, still on his feet. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! A great catch and run for 6.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. Fielded in the end zone, it's Selden. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
Well, you've also had some...
And that pass intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Unleashes one deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. To throw, it's Raiola. He finds his man. Oh, look out. Got enough space. Touchdown, Nebraska. What a grab and go for the score.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They've got to shore up their play in the back half.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. On the ground, it's Sampson. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll run play action. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Getting some heat. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break.
31, Tennessee, 7.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first first half, it starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me, too.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Sampson. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. The give to the left. Finds a crease at the 20. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The Vols come to the line in the hurry-up. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers! Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're down 31-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Still down big here in the 3rd quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly...
And he's running in the open. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Nelson. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Huskers line it up with a 1st and goal. Powers forward. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? And this defense does it again. Back-to-back plays for nothing. It'll be 3rd down. They have not been able to run it in. Will they try again on 3rd and goal? Trying to pound it in. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
3rd and goal, the offense still trying to run the football here. And how about the individual effort up front by this defender? Getting penetration, now setting up 4th down.
It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Fielded in the end zone. It's Selden. He'll be brought down quickly. That's always the risk when you bring it out of the end zone. Do you make it to the 25 or not? In this case, not. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State and home to the Kentucky Wildcats. And Big Blue Nation has turned out, revved up, and ready to go. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on a team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Raiders will boot it away to start the game. Coming out with it, it's White. Rolling the dice to bring it. Did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. They'll go back to the air on second down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw, it's Vandergrift. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
And on this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field. But they're going to have to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one matchups, because that time the defense won. They were able to high point the football, creating the interception.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Red Raiders. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Bringing it back. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Quick strike complete. And the Wildcats get it past the sticks. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice practiced these out routes all week long. You've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
The Wildcats moving quickly to the line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. To the air. It's Vandergrift. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback will audible. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He makes a grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Kentucky!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. The expressway is wide open. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
14, Kentucky, 7.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much running.
To the air, it's Vandergrift. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Got him downfield. That defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Kentucky going quickly. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. 1st down.
If you're going to attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You could tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason throwing to one another.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working. A lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Makes the catch. It's Kelly. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Makes the grab on the left. And he just runs out of bounds, and I think he's short. I think he misjudged where he had to get.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll give it to the back. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 14-14.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Running to the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Wildcats racing to the line in the hurry up.
Second down.
They'll go to the ground. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line.
At the 9-yard line. Third down.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Texas Tech.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Back to throw, it's Vandergrift. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Fourth down.
The give on fourth down. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. A first down run on the doorstep. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. On second down, looking again to throw. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
They'll try to slam it in. Touchdown, Kentucky. And they take it in for 6 more points. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll try the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. They're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play the game.
Makes the catch. It's Kelly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Still looking on the move. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry. Looking for space. It's Traynham. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats.
We know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's McCray. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Texas Tech offense will take over. First and 10.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. The give to the tailback. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Dances away from the D. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And the Red Raiders will snap it on first and 10. The give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up second and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. On the ground, it's Valdez. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed on the outside, it's Kelly. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll leave it with him. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
Open space at the 25. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Pressure gonna take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
I think bad fundamentals on that throw by the QB guys. You saw him threw that off his back foot. When you do that, your accuracy suffers. And that ball kind of sailed on him a little bit. That ball should have been intercepted.
Quarterback checking off. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Unleashes it. Got his man. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. This time they'll go to the running game. At midfield, he's got room. Off he goes. Inside the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Kentucky!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
He'll bring it out. It's McCray. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's McCray. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good night.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Looking downfield, it's Morton. finds his big tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Red Raiders are in the hurry-up.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Ball is loose. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. And the Red Raiders will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He'll throw it. Hit the afterburners, kid. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. It's 1st down from the 11. He wants to throw. Buys a little time. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
The short hands, it's Brown. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Mark out of bounds at the 48. Now, a 4th down.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to the ground with the running back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Morton. Steps away to find some room. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
I think the quarterback's got to do a better job with his eyes, guys. He's already been picked off twice in this game, and that one got swatted away. He's telegraphing where he's throwing the football, and it's making life really hard on him.
Buying some time. And it's picked off for the third time today. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Kentucky right back to the line. He's going to pass on second down. He'll off one deep down the left side. Brings it in down the left side. Nothing but green ahead. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wildcats! Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Fielded in the end zone, and he coughs it up inside the 20. Scooped up by the kicking team.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Kentucky 42, Texas Tech 28.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The give to the back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Gets rid of it. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end, scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Makes a connection. On the move at the 30. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Red Raiders will hustle to the line. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Grabbed in the middle. It's McCray. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
And they stop the fourth down pass. The defense gets off the field.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
Offense set on first down. Back to pass, it's Vandergrift. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Second and 10 here.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot.
Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, in saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head.
He'll take the deep shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He'll take another shot here. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. And the Red Raiders want to move quickly. On third down, he drops the throw. The quick out. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
when you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Looking to throw it again. Going for 6. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And right down the middle. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And the kicking team's going to call a timeout. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. They make the stop at the sweet rolling catches. Plenty to give him a first down. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Comes out throwing on first down. Forced out of the pocket. Fires toward the end zone. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Ball hasn't hit the ground a lot for this QB. He's already thrown 4 TD passes. He saw a look, wanted to take another shot, and that time they just fall short with the incompletion. But this defense, they have not had the answer with respect to defending the pass in this game.
It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw, it's Vandergrift. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. On the move, he fires. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. The Red Raiders want to crank the tempo. To the air, it's Morton. Moves around to clear up the vision. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.